Bonjour, mes amis. This is John Nash, replacing the irreplaceable Kid Nate, who can't bother to show up again because he's doing some bullshit excuse labor at his house or something. I'm here.
No. Labor is when you're actually doing something. Sorry.
Well, he's got so much nothing to do. I heard he hired an assistant. That's my understanding. I'm here with always, the irreplaceable, the irredeemable, the urbane, I can't remember what the whole logo I used to say is. Eugene S. Robinson of the band Oxbow, of Aussie.com, of the author of Fight, everything you ever wanted to know about ass kicking, but were afraid you'd get your ass kicked for asking.
Nice. You managed to do something that Nate can never do.
There's a lot of shit I can do that Nate can never do. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Well, just to be clear, listen, Nate is sitting in a corner in his house with a glass of Chablis, telling the painters, I think you missed a spot, right? No, you missed one. Yo, no, that's okay. As I understand, you guys are under a lot of pressure. So when people paint at my house, it's me doing the painting, but Nate's a different cat. Anyway, disclaimer. Crybabies, bedwetters, greedy bread gobblers, work-shy individuals, malingerers. This has less to do, did I say bedwetters? I think I did. This has less to do with your skills and talents as a fighter and much more to do with the marketing heft and weight that Endeavor and the Bald One and the UFC have put behind you. You don't like being on the don't care list? It's not our fault. Don't come crying to us. Fight an exciting fight and you will be off. It's happened before. Paul Felder, Alex Oliveira, Ali Aquinta, Chris Collier-Greens. It's happened before. It can happen again. Until then, don't come crying to us bedwetters.
Paul Felder still haunts me that we didn't care, and then he put on a hell of a performance. But anyways, I'm just waiting to see if my guess is with Nate. First of all, I think if you're wondering what this card is probably going to be like, just know that Nate isn't here. That tells you enough already. And I guess Nate's going to end up like Brian Jones, probably floating in a pool by his workers.
Hey, if he has a pool, I'm going to visit a lot more often than I had planned. I didn't realize he was rolling that hard.
I didn't know. I don't know. I think it's just a kiddie pool in the back for the kids, but still.
That's all I need.
But that Brian Jones, it didn't take much to hold him down to get him to drown. So it could be living his dream of his favorite. Anyways, so this week I am stepping in to fit the big, huge card of Barboza versus Lee, UFC Fight Night out of Atlantic City, New Jersey. Not the movie, the city. The
decimated city, courtesy of your president.
Yeah, he did a bang up job there. That's he's left there's a lot of Trump fans in Atlantic City.
All through Philadelphia too, man. Sorry, I had to clean the camera. All through Philadelphia. People don't realize that when dude didn't want to pay, he just didn't pay. And he tried to get them to give him a good deal on the hotel, and they wouldn't give him a deal. He says, good, I declare bankruptcy. So all those little suppliers, mom and pop contracting shops who are doing stuff, floors, doors, walls, HVAC, they all went under. They all went out of fucking business, all the way out as far as Pittsburgh, South Jersey, all those fucking Italian cats. The guy who told me was an Italian cat who was put out of business, This story doesn't come up, and these people are not Trump fans.
Yeah, well, it's weird. I think in a weird way, this not to get off. We should be talking fights, not politics. People get upset, but in a weird way, this was part of Trump's appeal. This actually was what made Trump was appealing to a lot of his voters was the fact that he was ruthless as a businessman and malicious. That this is what we need in this country, a guy that's going to screw people over and get America back on top.
Everybody likes the fucking till it's you they're fucking.
That's good advice. It's
everybody likes watching Oz as long as they're not on Oz,
Yeah. And on Oz, you're always like, I hope I'm a guard if I'm on Oz because otherwise I'm in trouble. All right, so we got it's going to start out. It's on Fight Pass to begin the day. So we got some fights on Fight Pass. We got to go through first, and I have to beg for indulgence because I know there are people looking saying, "What the fuck is wrong with Eugene's lip?" I got head butted, so I got this fucking contusion now. Almost lost a tooth right here. I'm not. Maybe it's my intermittent use of a mouthpiece will come back, but as a brown belt now, people are trying to murder me every day. Now, are you really a brown belt? Because that was April Fool's. You got it. So I'm wondering if this is just a long prank he's playing on you. He's going to wait till next April Fool's.
Well, April 20th, I still have the belt. He gave me the rash guard. So that's 2 steps in the right direction. But I do not have the certificate from Brazil stating that this is on the registry.
I'm guessing, just to warn you, next April 1st, you'll realize that the whole thing was a long con, a prank the whole year.
You know, belts are for children.
Yeah. It's like my friend, you know, rings. When you see a ring on a woman you're hitting on, that's just a hurdle.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, it could be.
That's the you know, that's not that I would go that way. Anyways, so we got our first.
Actually, had somebody fucking unload on me yesterday. Like, how could you have sex with married women? You piece of shit. What are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm like Johnny Appleseed, man. I was dispensing favors. You know, everybody was happy to see me wherever I went.
Well, in my own defense, it's not my fault if a married woman. It's you and your spouse's fault if I have sex with a married woman.
Right, and the reality of it is we're like bad husband fairies. Like, your husband is bad, then bing, you suddenly saw these guys. You know, it's like if you got a good marriage, don't see them.
First of all, I never ask, are you married? I assume you're not, or I assume you are, and I don't care. It's one of the two, but still.
Okay, we've gone off track.
We've gone way off. Yeah. And our dating advice, no one listened to us for dating advice or anything. You're gonna get shot in a freaking, you know,
climbing out of a bedroom.
Yeah, you'll be shot climbing out a bedroom window, or you know, or some guy will come knocking at your door. It'll turn it. You know, we're not responsible for any of that. So that's
a friend of mine for a solid month straight had people coming to his door. He'd open the door, they try to punch him in the face. Different people, same door. But this was over a drug burn.
Oh well, yeah. Let's not. We could go on a long segues in a drug burn story. So let's stay away from that one.
Okay, all right.
Plus, I don't know when the statute of limitations runs out. So,
yeah, okay.
So, anyways, first fight of the night, we got a welterweight fight: Tony Martin versus Keita Nakamura.
There might have been a time I cared about Tony Martin, but that time is long past due. Don't care.
Yeah, I'm the same. Don't care. The next fight, a bantamweight fight: Merab Dvalishvili.
Yeah, okay. All right, you just said it all. Okay.
Sorry. Versus Ricky Simon.
Do not care.
I apologize for screwing up the name, but I don't care, so we'll move on. Women's bantamweight. Last fight of the preliminary card: Leslie Smith versus Aspen Ladd. Leslie signed your authorization card, Smith.
Yeah, I almost care because of Leslie Smith, but not enough. You got to show up with somebody. As Gaethje pointed out last week, showed us last week, you know, and as Bochniak the week before, it matters who you're in the cage with. So sorry, don't care.
You know, I care. I care. I care. Well, put her down. Put her down. I mean, it's interesting. It's, you know, it's fringe top 10. So there, but the big things I care about is because she's been so vocal, and this is the last fight in her contract. I'm intrigued to see not only how she does this fight, what she says after the fight, and what the results will be with the UFC.
Okay.
So I find that interesting.
Are you going to pick her?
I'm picking. God, it's a hard because she might be so distracted with all the other stuff going on, and knowing them, they might have picked someone they think could beat her too. I don't know enough about Aspen Ladd, but I'm going to go with Leslie Smith. She's the Diaz sister. I'm going with.
Yeah, I know. She's kind of known associate local, but I just can't. I mean, I got to use the kitchen wine test. Am I going to rush back from the kitchen after I went out there to get a glass of wine to watch this? And probably not. Leslie Smith is fighting. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll be out in a second.
All right. Well, you know, I'll call you during the fight and let you know how it goes.
Yeah, text.
I don't have Fight Pass, so that might be it. I gotta.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's gonna make it hard. I'll try to figure it out.
Right.
Next, now we're on to Fox Sports 1 for the prelims. The Fox Sports 1 prelims. We got a light heavyweight fight: Corey Anderson versus Patrick Cummins.
No, bro. Nah. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Sorry, I just can't. I can't. The whole Corey Anderson thing. Like the way Nate feels about Francis Carmont, who nobody even remembers at this point. Yeah. I kind of feel that way about Corey Anderson. And Patrick Cummins had his day in the sun. You know, nah, I'm not interested.
Yeah, Patrick, I almost care because he's on a 2-fight. I think he beat Gian Volante last fight. Well, hey, just wait. Let me finish before you mock me for my bet. But I don't care now. It's like if he wins this fight and then he's against someone of note, and then then I might care about the fight. But right now, no. It's on the. It's I got Plus, the Film Noir Festival's this weekend, so it's going to be really hard to me to go, to even care about any of these fights because there's some good movies out there, people, at the Egyptian theaters this weekend.
Yeah, if you're in LA, yep.
Yep, if you're in LA. I'll be, you know where I'll be. Unfortunately, I'll tell you the truth, people, I won't be watching any of these fights. I'll be at the theater, but still, in spirit, some of these I care about.
Hey, last week, same with me, man. I was watching You Were Never Really Here. I watched the fights the next day.
That's that's the way it goes. Maybe I'll check in between screenings. I'll check my phone to see who won.
I tell you, I won one of those Alamo Draft House fucking things. I dug it, man. I dug the scene. Yeah,
I can't stand people eating like just munching on a burger right next to me. It drives me nuts while watching a movie.
That's quiet.
Okay, I'm gonna screw up this. Even though I know this guy, I always screw up his name. Welterweight Siyar Bahadurzada. God, I'm terrible. I should really practice these before I come on, but I get no warning.
Could you just spell it?
Well, Siyar. That's the first name, and then Bahadurzada. Well, I'm sure it's Bahadurzada.
Okay. Because sometimes you massacre the names, and I've actually known the fighter, but you've massacred it so badly that I had no idea who you're talking about.
Well, you could put the page up too. Besides just trusting me.
Hey, man, if you were to see this Rube Goldberg setup I've got here, I've got a box on my lap. The computer's balanced on the box. I got all kinds of wires, and the idea of me getting another page up is out of the question, probably.
Well, that's but and then he's against who is he? Oh, against Luan Chagas.
No, I'm sorry.
Actually, Siyar, I do kind of care about him. He's not bad.
Okay,
but his opponent's kind of didn't he beat a Wallhead last fight or something? That's not a good sign. If I have to search my memory for who he beat. So I don't care. Moving on. Then we got a flyweight fight to be determined. That can't be right. How can you have a to be determined fight a day before the fight? There's no.
You know how, Kent? Because we're in this is a new normal. I think the bald one's out there. He's watching women's badminton instead of paying attention to the fight. Sean Shelby, also known as Keith, is off doing something else. I got priorities, man.
I just think it'd be incredibly clever if some fighter changed his name to TBD, just so he could get more credit. But versus Ulka,
that's like the band called Free Beer.
Yeah, that's a good way to sell tickets.
Yep.
And that fight we could skip that because apparently there's no fight there. I don't know if I care about it. If that's a real fight, then I do care, but I don't think it is, so I don't care.
All right. If it's anything other than TBD,
if a person shows up with the name TBD, I really care. But otherwise, no.
That'd be great.
Then the main event of the preliminary card, I don't know why we go with that. It's just the last card of the preliminary card. The welterweight fight, Ryan LaFlare versus Alex Garcia.
I care.
And you're a LaFlare fan, if I remember right.
yeah, sure. No. I feel okay with LaFlare. Even he's a kind of a gifty. I've had a gifty relationship with him, but I care about this fight, and I'll pick LaFlare.
Yeah, it's a close one for me. Do I care or not? It's not. These are the winner. This is the guy I'm going to care about his next fight more. I'd watch if it's on, but it's
that's
not.
What I mean. That's so standard.
Yeah.
My eyeballs. What I do with my eyeballs. That's a standard.
I mean,
I'm not talking about emotionally caring.
I mean, if someone calls me during the fight and I go, get off the phone, I can't talk and watch the fight. That's the fights I care about. Otherwise, okay, I can go I can check what you want me to check. That's
okay.
I don't care. I guess I don't care. I apologize.
All right.
This
deep in the card. This is what our tote sheet looks like.
That's kind of
That's okay.
Well, we're getting into the main card. So
the meat. Okay, the meat of the matter.
This is the main card on Fox Sports 1. We got a lightweight fight to kick it off. Jim Miller versus Dan Hooker.
Yeah, I care.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Miller. Even though Miller's past his time, I'm a fan of Miller.
But applying the previous standard, because I don't care that much about Dan Hooker, I shouldn't cut Miller any slack. But I dig Jim Miller, so.
Yeah, Hooker. My question: a few years ago, I'd pick Miller to kill him, walk over him. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's still, but I'm going to go with Miller.
Sure.
I still think he has the skill level.
Yeah, I thought that about Joe Lazan too, and was bitterly disappointed.
Yeah, that was sad. His last fight.
No, that was fucking sad. It's time. It's time to move on. But okay, so we're both picking Miller. All right.
It's Miller time for the two of us. And then we get into
good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
I'm really amazed. I'm amazed you didn't put the Miller with the hooker and make something out of that. I thought you'd be working that.
It's early, man. It's early.
Next fight, we got a bantamweight fight: Aljamain Sterling versus Brett Johns.
I like Aljamain Sterling for all the wrong reasons, all the misty reasons. I might like him, what he said, the checks he's written that the ass can't pay, the close association with Chris, 5-star general of the Woodpile Weidman, Maddie Serra and Ray Longo looking sad in the corner like, yeah, you ain't win this one, kid, but maybe you could do a little dance at the end anyway. Man, I fucking love this fight for all of the wrong reasons. So yes, I care.
You care. That's good. I do care. I mean, I care. Not for the same reasons as you, because I've fallen. They're both doing good, and I followed Sterling enough, even though he's not turned out to be the contender we kind of thought he would have years ago. But I care enough.
I'm going to pick him.
And you're picking.
He gives me so much pleasure. I want him around. Win or lose, I'm going to be happy if Sterling gets anywhere near that mic. And just to be able to see Maddie and Ray come in and walk him in with that kind of sad thing, like, kid, that kind of like New York, just fucking, look, blatant. Kid, you're probably not going to win this one. And you're supposed to be building me up. Yeah, whatever. So I got to go. I got to go with Sterling.
Okay, I'm going with Sterling too. I just think he's got his wrestling. This is a fight he can win. It's a close one, but I think he can win it. But the more I think about it, I'm thinking about it. I got to go back. I can't pick Miller to win the last fight. I was thinking of his last couple performances. I think he's done. Bad as it is, we got to go back and change that one.
Go ahead.
I feel bad about that.
Under normal circumstances, I would say the hand once written cannot be unwritten. But I think you might be kind of right, and I want to give you a chance here. So go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Hooker over Miller. You never go wrong with a hooker.
Unless your name is Eugene Robinson, football player for the Green Bay Packers, and it's a Super Bowl, and you get picked up by an undercover cop.
Yeah, that's bad. Not any personal Eugene Robinson problems with.
No, I've never had problems with hookers. But
okay, that's either. I used to have a lot of nice hookers in my neighborhood. We used to in Hollywood before they ran them all off. It was I kind of missed that. I missed the sleazy Hollywood. It was interesting.
Yeah, man. How could they send those dudes away?
Yeah, they were. I was polite to them. They liked me.
You missed the dudes thing, but that's okay.
I heard the dudes thing.
You just ignored it.
I ignored it, but that's the truth. There are a lot of,
Yeah.
But they prefer, I call them women. They want to be women. That's the way I'll dress them. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Okay, after that fight, we got Thiago Santos versus David Branch.
Oh, man. Yeah, I care, but man, this is I'm not a huge Branch fan, and I mean, under normal circumstances, I am, but I've been disappointed. I've been gifted out of the contention. Just the connection to the home state is maybe not enough. Okay, I'm gonna pick Branch anyway. Once bitten, twice something, whatever.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I care. I think it's a good enough fight to watch. But I'm going with Santos.
Yep.
So that's good. We don't have the same. Next fight, heavyweight fight. The big guys, Chase Sherman versus Justin Willis.
Yeah, come on. Justin Willis. Sorry. Yep. You swallowed it. Yeah,
I didn't swallow it. I pronounced that.
No, you said Willis. I go Willis. I don't know. Justin Willis is my guy, man. His friend.
You almost missed your guy.
Yeah, he's a friend of Knuckle Up, and not only that, a guy I used to train with. And he left Sorouse to go to AKA, where he's been. His fortunes have increased 100%, and he's still like a local team booster. My kid was at a wrestling. She was at States, I think, and he was there with some kid who's AKA, so he's helping out. And I introduced him to my kid. I go, "Hey, Ruby, this is Justin. He used to train with us, and now he's fighting, and I guess he's here helping out." She goes, "Oh, hi," and they go, "Hi." I go, "Yeah, I used to whip up on him all the time, like just a good old Mississippi yard whipping. I used to like buggy whipping him." And I'm clearly joking, but there's a certain point after the first comment, I could see dude get kind of steely. I was like, all right, he's in his game head. He's not taking any shit, friend or not, from anybody. So I'm gonna pick Justin Willis this one, big time.
Well, because he's
big pretty. No, he's terrifying.
Yeah. Well, actually, I can't remember which show. Who was it? Connor Rubish or or was it Zane? Someone was talking about on one of the shows, and I can't remember what. And there's some hype behind the guy. So
yep.
And I think this is definitely a fight. You know, he was kind of not set up to win, but they expect him to win. So I'm not betting against him. I'm picking Justin. I kind of care just because of the intrigue factor of that and seeing him. So I'm picking Justin Willis too.
Dude hit you stay hit, man.
Well, plus I don't ever want to go up to the Bay Area and bump into you with him, and then you point out that I'm the guy that my ass kicked.
Yeah.
So that's my fear. So now we got the co-main event: Frankie Edgar versus Cub Swanson.
Whoa. It might be a little too fucking soon for Frankie, man. Are they kidding me? Is he medically cleared to do this? See, that's how they do you. That's how they do you. Knocked out like he was as recently as he was, and now they're running him out there again. That's not love, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, Cubs' last loss too was
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Both of these guys.
So
it was a different type of loss. So yeah, I care. It's a big care.
Well, yeah, I mean, a submission is not as big as a knockout. So,
I care, and I'm gonna have to go with Edgar. I'm a big Cub Swanson fan, but I just think Edgar's got too much to prove now.
Yeah, God, this is a tough one because they're both at the elite. This is at least they used to be the elite of the division, and now they're starting to fall down the division.
Yep.
And now I'm wondering, is Frankie? He's at that point too. You start both of them at the point too. Do you think is it gonna start? Is it gonna start rolling turn into an avalanche? Is it just right now the snowball head down?
Well,
it's just gonna fall completely apart. And which one's gonna go first?
I also heard some rumor that a while ago that Cub was thinking about retiring, and then something happened, and he had like some sudden uptick of interest, or had a great fight, and he was like, he put that to bed. But I mean, I'm not concerned about ability. I'm concerned about headspace. And so in this instance, I think, like I said, I think Edgar he's got a wife, he's got a kid. He's like, what the fuck? They're not asking me to do any color commentary. I need to work. Got to work. So, and that last look was a bad look. So,
well, I got to go with Cub because Edgar's they both lost the same guy, and Edgar lost much more recent in a much more vicious fashion. In a vicious fashion, that's harder to come back from. So I just don't know if this is...
I feel okay about this because it would have made me very sad if both of us had picked Edgar, because I am a huge Cub Swanson fan.
Yeah, I love Cub. Yeah, he looks like Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, well, I like him better than I like Jeremy Renner, man. I just watched that Wind River. That was fucking shitty.
Yeah, that movie was great. That was a really good movie.
The writing was atrocious.
Oh my God! Jesus!
I mean, I'm gonna read you some of the lines back, divorced from the action on the screen, and you're just gonna go. They're howlers. They're howlers. The writing is atrocious.
People do not listen to this man at all. He knows nothing about film at all, cinema, nothing.
I'm shocked. I'm truly shocked. My kid told me, "Dad, it sucks. Don't watch it." I watched it. It sucked. I'm sorry, man. I can't.
That movie was. Did you like the Hell or High Water?
I haven't seen that.
So you won't if you don't like it. Okay, but it was good. That was a really good movie too.
I'll watch that and see if the writing's any better, man.
The writing was good in Wind River. It was a great plot. Very. It was.
Come on, look. Okay, here. A little slight spoiler. When they're walking out to the trailer, where they know Matt is not. They know Matt's not in the trailer. They know that the guy, the security guards know he's not there. They didn't create enough. I mean, it hinged on this whole, and all of a sudden the cop goes, "Why are you guys flanking us?"
That was great. Did you see Spotted? Like they're
but there was not enough.
The veteran, and he recognized it.
There was not enough build up to it. There was not enough. There was no way that those guys in reality would have been paranoid. They did not. No fucking way. They needed to build up. Outside of the fact that the head guy knew the girl's name. There was some slip. He said, "We didn't say her name." He goes, "Oh, I guess I must have heard it somewhere." Outside of something like that, there was not enough of a buildup. That was like when from dusk to dawn, where the camera pulls out at the end, and you see there at the top of a ziggurat, and you go, "You mean they could have been having cool chase scenes through this whole fucking pyramid, and they didn't? They just had it in one bar room? Fuck you, Rodriguez, and fuck the guys who wrote Wind River. This was terrible. I'm sorry."
Oh my God! You know what? I hope
I respect you and I trust you, John. And I would almost, because of that, watch it again. But I can't.
I just can't believe it. It's one. Okay, people. Let me just say real quick. Ignore whatever he says about movies. It's a very good modern crime story. One of the few that gets it right. It has the scene that he's complaining about was very well done. They built it. I'm not even giving anything away. Just go see it.
What were you listening with? Were you listening with your ears?
Yes, I was in the theater when I saw it. I had to go. I saw it again. I saw it twice. I thought I liked it so much.
You saw it twice. Oh my God! How'd the movie do in the box office?
It did all right. It actually didn't cost money. It made its money back.
Oh, okay.
Was, you know. But
so when you were in the theater, was it just jam packed? People was packed.
No, listen, I'm not gonna. People line up to go freaking. There's lines at McDonald's every day.
I know.
Cinema sucks nowadays.
Anyway, okay, we're far afield. Okay, I'm picking Edgar. You're picking the Cub.
I thought I was picking Wind River and you were picking Avengers. I couldn't remember okay, now I'm picking Cub. So main event. Because I'm so mad I can't even speak to Eugene right now. No, I'm just kidding. Main event is lightweight fight: Edson Barboza versus Kevin Lee.
This would be a good fight. I care, of course.
Yeah.
Man, Edson is a fucking kind of crafty gict. I pick him, he loses. I don't pick him, he wins. Kevin Lee, I don't think I pick him and he's won, and I haven't picked him and he's lost. So on the Gick scale, I have to say he's slightly more trustworthy. But I don't know, man. This is tough. This is a tough one. And that's how we like him, tough. I think I'm going to have to go with, I think the upside here is greater with Lee, and I think he thinks so. So I think he thinks he's in the running, and he will fight accordingly. The likelihood of him getting hit with a spinning elbow or some kind of fucking crescent kick by Barboza is pretty high, but Barboza, the head game is not as strong as I'd like going into it. So I'm picking Lee. It could be a really major tactical error, but I'm picking Lee.
Yeah, I could see Lee win. I mean, Barboza, I think we undersell him a little bit based on some of his performances, considering,
Well, what else are we going to base it on?
Well,
that he's a snappy dresser?
Exactly. I mean, that's like Kevin Lee looks good.
I guess that's right. There's a reason I said snappy dresser, right?
No, but I mean, seeing Khabib beat the crap out of Edson, I think is maybe shaded people's view of him a little too much, because Khabib's special.
Well, like the Olympics. Yeah, I said it. Like the Olympics.
I could see. So I'm going to go with Edson just to,
Okay.
I actually, this is a coin toss for me, but I think I will go with Edson. I think I like Lee, but I don't think Lee's the elite of the elite of the division, as some people think he is. And I think there's a good chance that Edson will stuff the takedowns and then just, and you don't want to get kicked by Edson standing.
This is kind of phenomenal for like a dog of a card. We have 7 fights apiece here that we care about.
No way, 7.
I mean, but you have to, if you wanted to go meta here, if we wanted to put a care don't care scale for this care don't care on the care don't care scale is probably a 4 or 5, with like 10 would be John Jones versus Brock Lesnar. Right, Johnny Boy Johnny versus Brock Lesnar, and a 1 would be Tito Ortiz versus Ken Shamrock,
or Chuck Liddell, that boxing match they want to have.
Yeah. So this would be a 4 on my care don't care scale.
Well, it's all in the main event too, the main card, I should say. So it's a decent, I guess, main card. It just doesn't have the big prestige fights you really want to see.
Well, it also affects the way I make my picks. I'm kind of cavalier. It's like I'm different when I'm betting at the nickel slots than when I'm in the high roller room.
Well, I still, as decent as the card is, I got to say I won't be. The Prowler and the American remake of M take precedence over this. I'll be at that instead.
Was there an American remake of M?
Yeah, they made an M in 1951 or something. Joseph Losey or whatever, the director, did it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not making. I would never make.
One of my favorite fucking directors. How could I have missed that?
You didn't know he did that?
No, they're showing that tonight at the when?
Tonight at the Egyptian Theater. It's a triple feature. I'll be there for all 3.
Yep. I used to do that, man.
So this man doesn't like Wind River, but he might like the. Have you ever seen The Prowler? You'd like The Prowler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Prowler I've seen. Yeah, that's a great movie.
And Joseph Losey did that one too. It's very good. And then then there's.
Oh, he's done my all-time favorite movie, The Servant. So.
Yeah, I've never seen M. It was hard to find for years for me. So I'm excited to see the. It's supposed to be really good. I've seen the German one like 15 times. Okay. I watch that like every couple of years. That's amazing.
Right. Fatty Lohman. That's one of my favorite lines when the detective comes into the bar. Fatty Lohman.
Well, that's the same detective from Dr. Mabuse. So
exactly.
Which is another great.
That's a great one. I made the mistake of showing it to my kids when they were tiny, and they had like nightmares for months afterward. You know.
Oh,
that was really fantastic.
Just the balloon shot with when they bring the blind guy in as a witness. That's like we're giving away. Just watch him. Just damn it, go. Yep. You know.
Well, Peter Lorre is phenomenal, and they make some great philosophical points. Like those, you choose what you do. You know, you're a safe cracker, you're a prostitute. You choose. Except me, I have no choice. It's great.
Well, I do like them too. Both movies, and a lot of people interpret them. Both movies were at the time where a lot of people interpret them as criticisms of the Nazis and Nazi Party.
Yep, that's right.
Which makes them really interesting. There's I got the Nazi reference, and you didn't. Look at that.
Yep.
But the first, Dr. Mabuse is about an insane man who's writing notes that criminals are following, and you think about,
it's great.
Hitler was in jail writing Mein Kampf, and people are following that. So
it was it's really great. But they've made a lot of Dr. Mabuses, so you have to get like the right one.
They made 3 of them. They made the silent one first. There's that one in the 50s they made years, which the first 2 are really good. The third one doesn't.
That's what I'm talking about. You guys should steer clear of the third one. So
that's our movie reviews of the day. So
we got more movie reviews on You Kill Me, film reviews for reprobates with Kasha and Eugene.
Yeah, well, I got to review something with Zane coming up. I don't know what our next movie we're going to do. So I do reviews with him now on fight movies.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's good. You got to get a movie with fighting in it. So.
Well, it has to be. That's our excuse. Otherwise, I prefer to watch.
Why don't you do Kramer versus Kramer?
That's a good one. That's no. Our first one was The Setup. You ever seen that? The Setup with Robert Ryan.
Yes, I have actually.
That's good. We saw that. And the second movie we did was Hard Times with Charles Bronson.
Yeah, I put that in the fight book.
I know. That's what I agreed with you on.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
okay.
That was a good choice. You had that one. Then I don't know. Next one we'll probably do The Wrestler. But which version of The Wrestler? The 70s or the modern Wrestler? Who knows?
And there's that great one with Richard Widmark, man, where he plays a fight promoter in England.
Oh, that's Night in the City.
Night in the City. Fantastic.
Great movie. In fact, I think it wasn't at the Film Noir Festival this year. So
you could actually have a steady run of film noir with Widmark in it. Kiss of Death. Don't even bother seeing a Nick Cage version. Widmark classic, all-time classic. Tommy Udo.
Oh, he was great. Yeah, that's with God. Now I can't.
Victor Mature.
Victor Mature. Yeah, who also was in My Darling Clementine.
Yes,
but
yes.
Sure was great in that. Yeah, that's good. Now this should be the show. Why are we talking about fights?
Well, it steps all over You Kill Me, the film review for Reprobate show. But okay, I got it. But I love that great. Like squint. Yeah, who knows if there was even like a street value to the word squint, but they had to come up with something that they could get past the censors. So Richard Widmark is always calling people squints, which I guess is a derivation, some squinty eye there, some
You ever see the movie? Was it No Way Out with Sidney Poitier and him?
Yeah.
He was great. That's another good one.
Widmark was great right till the end, man. I mean, he was Murder on the Orient Express. He was great as.
That's the best version of the Murder on the Orient Express too. The Sidney Lumet one, and then but he is also what's the one we played not the commissioner. He's the police commissioner. Madigan.
Yeah,
he's not. Madigan. He's not the commissioner, but he's the detective Madigan.
I saw that in the theater, man, as a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You live in see, people. You miss the golden age of film, where we'd actually go to the theaters to watch good movies and not fucking shitty CGI of superheroes.
Your parents would give you money so you could go to the theater so they could have sex. That's why your parents gave you.
My parents never had sex. I'm telling you right.
At least once.
Oh, the other movie. You ever see Pickup on South Street?
Fuck.
The Sam Fuller movie where he's the pickpocket.
I have.
We should, fuck the fuck. Okay, people, everybody should go watch these movies. Just make a list of what we're talking about, watch them, and then we'll discuss it.
No, we've had more on these shows. We had more film fans than I would have expected. So
that's good.
Anyway, listen, man, I got to rush. I got to go.
I got to get going too. I got to work.
I got to interview Evander Kane today. So.
Oh well, shit, look at you brag. I gotta do a whole lot of nothing.
Okay. All right.
Take care, man.
All right. See ya.